Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another series for my makeup collection. This one is going to be a lot shorter because we are going over bronzers today, and surprisingly, even though I live in Florida, I don't have that many bronzers, which is kind of funny. But I do have bronzers from a lot of different makeup companies, so I think that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so the first thing that I have is technically not a bronzer, it's a contour stick, but I don't really have that many contour things to like make a whole contour video, and the other contour kits that I have were palettes. So I just decided to throw this one into this part of my makeup collection. But this is the NYX Wonder Stick in the shade Universal. So it is a double-ended stick. One side has the contour or the bronzing side. And if you guys have been around my channel for a hot minute, I was obsessed with this stick for the longest time. It was pretty much the only thing that I used to contour for a really long time. But basically, I love the Universal shade because it is a bronze shade. It's not like a gray tone at all. It is definitely very warm, very, very bronzy. And so for me personally, I do have more golden and kind of olive undertones in my skin. So this one works perfectly for my skin tone, but I love this technique because I literally just draw on my face where I want to warm up my skin, and then I take a duo fiber brush. Usually it's my little e.l.f. stippling brush, and I just blend it out. It's super, super easy peasy. I love this stick. Once again, I have not used the highlight side at all. I really need to try it. I don't know why I don't. I just honestly never really think of it. But yeah, so that's the first product that I have. The second product is the NYX Matte Bronzer, and if you guys have seen the My Husband Does My Makeup tag, this is one of the bronzers that he had out that he did not choose to use. But this is the shade right here. It is in the shade medium, so it's MBB03. So it's definitely more of kind of like a terracotta brick shade. It's a really, really pretty. It's super warm. It's again a bronzer. It's definitely not a contour shade, so it doesn't have those like gray kind of structured undertones. But I love this bronzer whenever I am really, really tan, because when I tan, I get dark like real quick. I have a lot of Native American in my genetics, so that sounded weird. I am very, what am I trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but you guys get what I am trying to say, I hope. But basically, my skin gets very warm whenever I am in the sun. So, and it happens very quickly. So whenever I am super tan, this is the shade in my collection that I gravitate towards the most, because it does have those red undertones that go really well with a golden undertone in your skin. All right, moving on. That was a hot mess. The other bronzer that I have is by Wet n Wild, and this is the Color Icon Bronzer, and this one has SPF 15 in it, which is really awesome. And this one is in the shade Ticket to Brazil, number 739. What I really love about this bronzer is that it is not too dark. So I'll show you guys a comparison to the NYX medium tone. So see the difference here. This one I can wear year round whenever I am more fair. Like this one I could definitely use right now as a bronzer, but it's not going to be so bronzy to where it's difficult to wear. Like it's just going to warm up your skin. It's really, really pretty. And another thing I love about it is that it has tiny itty bitty finely milled specks of gold in the bronzer. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's really pretty. So it gives a really nice reflect of gold on your skin. It's gorgeous. This formula is amazing as well. I think this is $4. You get literally a huge pan. It's the size of my forehead, and yeah, it's awesome. I've been falling in love with Wet n Wild products recently. I just think that they're great. Another bronzer that I've had for a very long time is by Tarte, and I think this bronzer came in like what am I trying to say? Like a little gift or something like that, but it's the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. Again, this one is definitely more on the lighter side in terms of the NYX bronzer. So this is the comparison. This one is probably a shade lighter, but it's really, really pretty. This one is definitely more pigmented, and it does have, again, flecks of gold glitter in it. It's not super glittery. It's not anything that's going to look really chunky on the skin, but whenever I use this, it does give my skin more of like a really pretty sheen. So I love it. It's really, really awesome, and it blends out like a dream. Another bronzer that I have, again, is something that I got in a gift. This is so lame, you guys. Honestly, like, I'm a Florida girl, and the only bronzers that I have are like $4, or I got them in like a gift with purchase. But this one is by Bare Minerals and is called the Skinny Dip Bare Minerals Ready Bronzer. It's a really, really pretty shade. I love this bronzer a lot because it does have more of the red undertones again, so I will definitely use this shade a lot more whenever I am more on my tanner side, because for some reason, I don't know, like, I just feel like bronzers show up like really, really well on my skin, but sometimes it's like too well, and you can tell that I was bronzing when in reality I just kind of want it to look like I was touched by the sun. So I have to be really careful, basically, is what I'm trying to say about using bronzers kind of like all over the face instead of just using my normal contour technique that I use. But this one is a really, really pretty shade, and I'm going to try, you guys. I'm going to try really hard to start using bronzers again, especially this one by Wet n Wild, just because it's so pretty and it's the perfect shade for my skin tone right now. So just keep an eye out for that. The last bronzer that I have is the Milani Baked Bronzer, and I actually did use this in a tutorial recently. Oh my god, this is probably my favorite bronzer of all time out of all of my collection, but this one is in the shade Glow 04. And as you guys can see, it has kind of like a river of gold that kind of swims throughout the bronzer. It's just so pretty. It gives such a subtle glow to the skin. I'll do like a little swatch for you. It's not anything that is going to be crazy on the skin. So it's on my middle finger right here. I promise I'm not flipping you guys off. But if you guys can see, it just has a really pretty sheen to the skin. It's just really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it kind of acts as like a highlighter and a bronzer at the same time. This one I can use year round because even though it looks a lot darker in the pan, it's not one of those bronzers to where you like put your brush in it and it has a ton of kickback and it just is like almost too pigmented. This one has the perfect amount of pigmentation and it's definitely buildable. So I love, love, love this bronzer. But that is it. I can't believe that this is like the shortest one that I have. But honestly, I've really been enjoying providing these videos for you guys, mostly because it helps me to remember what products I have so that I'm not using the same things over and over again in the makeup tutorials, because I know that when I watch my favorite beauty vloggers, I can get kind of bored if I see them using like the same concealer, the same foundation over and over and over again. I'm just like, give me something new. So I'm really happy that this is kind of helping me to remember the different products that I have. I'm just kind of looking at like a very small portion of my lip collection over there, and that's gonna be a giant shit show. I have no idea how I'm going to get through all of my lipsticks, my lip products, my lip glosses. I'm probably going to have to do like part 1, part 2, part 3, 4, 5 for all of my different lip products. But yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm glad that I'm doing it this way because I can kind of talk about the different products that I'm showing you instead of just showing you my drawers and saying like, hey, I have a ton of ColourPop eyeshadows and stuff like that. This way I can kind of divvy everything up and really go through and show you like what products I really love and what products I don't use that much because of whatever reason. So yeah. All right, well, that's all that I have for you for this video. I hope that you guys enjoy. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up to let me know that you are liking this series, and I will see you in the next one.